Another video of the fireTEK system. In this video we're going to show how to toggle the modules into Talon mode for firing these nichrome wire Talons versus a default E-match, or in this case MJG ignitors. So what I have here is set up is 4 rails, and I've got 2 MJG initiators and 2 Talon igniters, and each rail is associated with one of these modules. I've got 2 48Es, 2 48FX modules. The rails are all plugged into rail 1, and all of the connections are made on Q3. I've got the 99S remote on. It's telling me that it has no slaves. Nothing is turned on yet. So we're going to go ahead and turn these modules on, and we're going to give them IDs. So this one here, once it fires up here, does its test, we're going to give this ID 1. And now this is the default setting for an E-match or an initiator. And you can see here that it gives you an R1, 2, 3, or 4 for the rails, and it shows a solid box there for good continuity. Now this one here we're going to go ahead and set up as ID 2 here in a second, but just for a test I'm going to put this one in Talon mode, and we'll see what happens if you have a module set to Talon mode but are also firing an E-match or an initiator. So to put this in Talon mode, once I give it an ID and it goes into test mode, I'm going to press the backwards button, this blue button here, 8 times within 10 seconds. So first I will give this ID 2. It goes into test mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And once I do that, you will see rather than R for the rails, it goes to T to let you know that it is in Talon mode. The current will run for a longer time in across the wire in Talon mode to make sure that it ignites the wire. Now this second one here, this other middle rail, we're going to put this in Talon mode as well. So we're first going to give this ID 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, I pressed the blue button there 8 times once it went into test mode, and you can see I've got T's instead of R's to let me know I'm in the Talon function or Talon mode. Now this last one here, we're going to leave this one in the default mode to see what happens when we have a Talon plugged in when we're at the default current setting. I suspect it will probably fire since we have such a short wire run here, but we'll see. So first we'll give this ID. This one's restarted because it hasn't connected yet. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it ID 4. And we're going to leave this in the default setting here so it shows an R where the rails are. Now you'll see here this has an open box where these other ones for Q3 had a solid box. A solid box is a very good connection. An open box is a good connection. This is one of the features of the fireTEK system, giving you real-time indication of what's connected and what your continuity is. And if you don't remember, on the newer 48FX modules, you can turn them over and it gives you a legend as to what the different indications mean. And so you can see there for a 0 or a circle, that's not connected. An asterisk would be a bad connection. An open box is a good connection, and a solid box is a very good connection. So you can see here I've got open connections on the rail. It's telling me rails 2, 3, and 4 aren't connected because there's no rails connected. But we'll go ahead and fire this and see what happens. So we've got the remote here where it shows us all 4 slaves are connected. We can check the each one of the modules by advancing through this. This is going through the different screens of the module. This is screen for module 3. This is module 4. We'll go back to test. Long hold here, and it'll go into the armed state. Once we're in armed, see the modules are flashing. So first one we're going to do, we're going to do module 1, Q3. And this is the default setting for the initiator, or an EMATCH or an MJG initiator. We're going to advance to module 2 here. See a solid circle there. We're going to select rail 1, and I'm going to hit Q3. Now if you notice, that seemed to be a bit of a stronger pop on that one, probably because that one was in Talon mode. Now we're going to go to module 3 and hit rail 1 again. Now this one is in Talon mode. This is the Talon igniter. See it burned. I'll show you here one of the features of the fireTEK system is you can hit that Q over and over again. You see the integrated LED flashing. If you thought the Talon didn't ignite all the way, you could hit that over and over again. Now we're going to go to module 4. You see a solid circle there, shows I've got continuity. I'm going to select rail 1. Hit Q3. If you notice, that was a very quick flash, and there I could hit it again. See, 3 times there. This is with the not the Talon mode. It's not providing enough current to fully burn that nichrome wire. So that's why you have the option to go to the Talon function or Talon mode of the modules. Anyways, we'll go ahead and disarm the system. And hope that video was helpful. And hope you're enjoying your fireTEK system.